Home is where connections are made, memories are formed, and ideas are born. And no one knows home better than NFM. Thanks for tuning in to I Am Home, the podcast that goes deeper than trends and dives into what it means to make your house a home.
Hello and welcome to I'm Home, the Home Life Best Life podcast. I'm Tyler Weisskopf, joined by my co-host. She's got big deck energy. Becca Sudbeck.
Oh, gosh. Hi, Tyler. Oh, boy.
Hi, Becca. And our other co-host, she's got more style than a pergola pop-up. It's Hilary Waltemath.
Hey, Tyler.
Hi. Today, we're metaphorically lounging in the sun. Hilary is going to be walking us through what's new in patio trends. I'm really excited for this episode because it's just around the corner from patio season.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. But real quick, let me tell you why we're even doing this podcast. And that's because NFM is more than just your everything home store. We're in the business of improving lifestyles because your home life should be your best life. And you can learn more at nfm.com. Okay, Hilary, I'm just going to pass it to you because I just want to dive in. I saw some of the preview images and some of the things that you put together, and I'm just really excited to see everything.
Yeah. So the angle I took on this is, we'll call it like outdoor living or outdoor lifestyle trends. So I'm not too like hyper focused on furniture specifically. It's more of like how you want your space to look and feel, or maybe use your space. And I don't know about you all, but I'm itching to be outside and like hang out outside, eat meals outside.
Yes, live outside.
Yes.
It's time. And we've been cooped up all winter.
Yes. And another trend, I guess you could say, that's having kind of a viral moment is what the internet is deemed hosting core. Have you either of you heard of this before?
No.
You haven't. Okay. So there's like, we're talking like post-pandemic, people are wanting to like gather more and make even like the small moments feel kind of special. So the idea of like romanticizing the everyday or romanticizing the mundane, there's this shift towards like the girly pops are having their girls over for a little themed dinner, or like game night has a little bit of a theme and the decor fits and the food menu fits, or there's like a fun themed cocktail that goes with it. So what I'm going to present you today is some kind of themes or trends around living, enjoying the outdoors in a fun and relevant way.
I think that makes a lot of sense because it's so easy to just want to stay home and feeling like it is a little bit of a special occasion, and you're like walking into something that's interesting and unique and creative just feels like, it's worth it.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word. Not that I don't want to see my friends, but like when they do a little extra effort, I'm like, oh, okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what the Knicks are up to this time around. What they got going on. So I think that's really cool. Yeah.
Or if you're even trying to like upgrade date night at home or do something fun with your family, I think that we've got some fun ideas to explore. And naturally, like, we've had Janet on a couple of times. I know we've talked about outdoor furniture with her, and like the way that has like evolved and come along, where some of these styles of outdoor furniture don't look like.
No, they're beautiful.
Yeah. They look like they're just as beautiful as like furniture made for the indoor. So we'll touch on that a little bit too. So I've got 3 trends to go over with you today, and 2 of them have kind of like 2 different directions you could go based on your like personal vibes or aesthetic. And I like just kind of came up with some names from some inspiration from our trend forecasting service.
Okay. So these are Hilary Waltemath originals.
Not totally original.
All right.
They were inspired by my findings.
Gotcha. It's like a remix.
These are not official. I will say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Okay. So our first one is what I stole this straight from our trend forecasting service because I thought the name was so perfect, but it's called Solful, but S-O-L.
That's so
like
cute.
soul.
I love that.
Yes. So this one, if you fell in love with this season of the White Lotus, the viral TV show, we just, at the time of recording this, we just had the season finale on Sunday. So it's all the buzz. But this one, it's bohemian, it's whimsical, heavily inspired by nature. Think of like the untamed beauty of plants and florals in their natural habitats where everything kind of grows perfectly manicured. And everything kind of has that look of that handmade touch. Maybe it's not actually handmade, but it's like imperfectly perfect, almost. And what's also great about it is it's like inspired by a blend of diverse cultural influences.
That's what I feel like that's what it really reminds me of. Like travels and like things you might find like in different places around the world.
Yes. So as far as colors, think earthy tones mixed with vibrant colors like turquoise, coral, and mustard. Heavy use of rattan and wicker. And what's great about rattan and wicker is like the original designs, it's like not necessarily made to withstand, especially the elements of the Midwest.
Yeah.
But the technology behind that has come so far. You can get that look, but with something that's going to last you.
It holds up so much better now.
Longer. It's like all weather wicker or rattan. A lot of fringe. What's also cool about some of this too is like the weaves have gotten like bigger, so they're like more space. It's like kind of an open weave, so there's some space between each of the weaves, which makes for a really interesting design. And you would think that would not hold up, like easy to be snagged or ripped, but with materials and like technology, it's so much stronger than like natural material, but has that natural material look. As far as patterns go, think bold florals, tropical inspired prints, the sun icon, which is really fun. So some, we'll call them entertaining or hosting ideas, is like kind of put together a little dinner party right in the middle of your yard, or if you've got a garden, if you can make space to kind of fit a fun little table out there. What's great about this one is you can be very mixy and matchy, especially with patterns. So if you are someone who loves thrifting, or you're a collector, or maybe you've inherited grandma or great grandma's dinnerware, like you could use this and mix it in with some everyday stuff, bold colors. You don't have to think too hard about it. You can kind of collect everything and it'll come together in a really fun way.
Like you always say, it's if you like it, it's going to look good together. Yeah,
totally. And the other, I wish I had a photo. I have such a hard time narrowing it down to 6, but they make these, what's called an over the table rod, and you can find them at a number of different retailers now. But it's essentially a rod that will, you can clamp onto the end of the table. So there's 2 end posts and like a long rod that runs across the top. So you can, if you don't have space to like hang something, you can add like florals or baskets, or you can string lights. So it's like a fun little like decorative element you can add, or you can hang things, other little decorative things from it as well too. And you can get a lot of reuse out of it too. If you're somebody that likes to throw parties, you can, it's pretty sturdy. You can hang just about anything. I love
that. I love that idea, because I think like the hanging things adds such a different, unique element, and it like makes all the difference in the ambiance you're going for, I feel like.
Yes. Yeah. And I saw one of the creators I follow on Instagram uses it a lot, and for different holidays we'll style it out. Like she did one for the Christmas season that had like stars and lights hanging from it. That was really fun. So if you're someone that likes to host and have people over, that could be worth the investment that you could use.
Cool idea.
Over and over. Yeah. So I've got a few visuals up here. You can see in the bottom left, that's that like garden party. Like this person's yard has like a very, very lush garden. They've got the table with some cushions kind of arranged around it. And then the photo in the top right is like a zoomed in shot on it. It's tough to see from where we're sitting, but all of the plates are different patterns and colors. The middle photo is a great example of like just bold, colorful, and really busy patterns that have that kind of tropical influence to it. Mixing and matching it all together comes together really beautifully.
That's great.
Is it giving White Lotus vibes?
I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I tried watching it, but it's too scary for me.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It's intense.
I can't do it.
It's intense. I feel that. Yeah.
That's
It's
interesting.
too much for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
I
it's-
wanted to love it, but
Yeah,
It's dark.
yeah, I
Mhm.
can't.
I feel like
Too
it's a
much.
lot of buildup. I feel like there's
I-
just a
that's
lot
what I
of-
can't handle.
Really, it's just you're just
Uh-huh.
waiting. You
Yep.
You're
can't-
like something
It's
bad
so
is
it's like
gonna
my
happen.
blood pressure goes to like 1 million, and I just
Oh.
can't do it.
Yeah. Well,
it
that's
must
okay.
be too numb because I'm just like it's totally fine for me.
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, what is somebody gonna die?
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
like,
die already.
I don't
No,
look
but I
great.
think people have like fallen
Yeah.
in love with the
Yeah.
aesthetic
Yeah.
because of that. So if you want a little slice of that and maybe it doesn't fit in your home,
Yeah.
great place to lean into it
Yeah.
in your outdoor space.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
love how colorful it is too.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, it just screams summer.
Mhm. And fun resort. You feel like
Mhm.
it's a vacation from
Yes.
the inside that we've all been talking about that we're pretty tired of at
Yes.
this point.
Yes, precisely. Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Dying for it.
Okay. So this one we've called Washed Ashore.
Oh, that's so cute.
And got two interpretations for this one because this coastal vibe, we've talked about it quite a bit,
Mhm.
and there's been different kind of interpretations on it. And there are two for this one. The first one is more of like a vintage coastal vibe. I think we've talked about it in here before,
Mhm.
but the fisherman aesthetic
Yeah.
is one of the Pinterest projects trends for 2025.
Oh yeah.
It's big in fashion. We're seeing a lot of that. And so naturally, home kind of follows fashion. So we're seeing that in the homes now too. So if you're very into that, this is the one for you. The colors for this one, think mid-tone blues and reds, some butter yellow, muted green. As far as materials, think of like rope textures or distressed looking woods. We've talked about outdoor furniture and how that's come along. You can get like that rope or cord look that's going to withstand all of the winter elements. It's not going to fade or fray or start to, I don't know if you've ever had anything just start to disintegrate from
Yeah.
sun damage because it dries it out. Same thing with woods, like the texture they're able to achieve with like recycled materials.
Oh, wow.
So it looks wood-like.
Right.
Has come so far.
That's
So
awesome.
you can achieve that look with something that's going to last you a long time too.
Yeah, I feel like people just go to like those metal pieces that are just like,
Mhm.
well, we live in the Midwest. This is
Yep.
probably like the only option that's going to actually
Mhm.
work for, because people don't want to buy this stuff. It can be
Year
a little
over year.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
totally.
like,
It's definitely pricey.
Yeah.
yeah, it's good to hear that we have more options now.
Yes. Yeah. And it's not inexpensive, but you can feel like your money is going
Right.
to go
It-
further.
like there's value.
Right.
to it.
Yes.
You're making a purchase that's
Yes.
going to last
Yes.
at least.
Yes, exactly.
And meet like the style requirements that you want to be able to have too.
Yeah.
So like,
Right.
I just love that's we have more of that today.
Yes. Yeah, totally. So for patterns, think nautical stripes, but it's like some fun plays on that. You can see the photo here in the middle. It's hard to pick
Oh,
up from
awesome.
where we're setting, but it's kind of like a classic like check
Yeah.
pattern, but it's been like distorted a little bit. So it feels kind of fun and modern. And it's that, again, imperfectly perfect kind
Yeah.
of design to it. The other thing that's really taking off, and what seems to be regardless of where you live, is the use of sea creature icons. One that we've seen in the fashion world is the use of like sardine prints.
Yeah.
Even in handbags, like
Mhm,
there's one, it's like very subtle where the gold handle looks like a sardine. There was a viral beaded bag that looked like a can of or tin of sardines on it. So, I mean, like in tattoos, even
Really?
like,
Okay.
yeah, it's really, really taking off.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know like where that's coming from?
You know, I'm sure there's
Somebody
more
somewhere.
to the story.
Okay.
But it is interesting that it's been so viral in fashion and we are seeing it kind of creep into the home world now. There's one outdoor furniture set that we used in our photo shoot that just for our catalog that just dropped at the time of recording. I think it's like a gray wicker material with blue cushions, and it's got some fun decorative pillows. And normally the decorative pillows, they go like with safe options, like appeal to the masses.
Right.
But one of the little accent pillows just has like 3 stacked little like sardine like fish on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so darling. It's not overly done or in your face, but it's just like a cute little touch to it that gives it like a little bit of personality.
I like it. Just sounds weird and just like I think those weird kind of touches are just so fun.
Yes. Yeah, totally. So the other thing that's been really viral are these like rechargeable lamps. So in the bottom, I guess 2 images on the right, there's like a rattan lamp at the top, some like vintage looking lanterns.
That one's rechargeable?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So if you're trying to like set the mood outside, like it's great to bring one of those or a couple of those out to your outdoor space. So you're not feeling like you're being blasted with overhead lighting, but you're not like sitting in the pitch black dark, but as we've talked about, like lighting, like that low kind of warm glow really sets the mood. So there's so many fun styles. I think they were popularized in restaurants and then have like made their way into like more residential scenes. And we've just brought some in too. So we've got some great options. Nice. Yeah.
Cool.
That we tried to get them last year and just like didn't end up getting them in time. So I'm so excited that we've got them for this season.
Yeah.
Because it's a great way to like romanticize your everyday.
Mm-hmm. And super convenient too.
Yeah, totally. And you could use it inside, you could use it outside on your desk, kids' nightlight.
You go to the drive-in, you can have like your little pop up for your little popcorn and blah, blah, blah. Like, come on, so many uses.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Sold. Okay. So I'm going to take you to the next look because my entertaining kind of hosting ideas apply to both. But this second one, think more ethereal, coastal paradise. It's very serene, heavy use of pastels. It's got cool like textures and patterns that are inspired by oceanic life. And is not always so literal. This one feels like a little bit more subdued, still kind of whimsical. And it's all about like the relationship with water. So you kind of see that in the designs. There's very fluid curves, patterns, and designs that kind of mimic that wave shape almost. So you see soft swirls and waves, some like salt-like graining or texture to the materials. And what I've seen that's really fun is taking some like patterns, but making them look distorted like they're underwater. So again, like it's like a nod without being so obvious. Like it feels like like you're going so hard into a theme.
Margaritaville.
Yes. Yeah,
they're all in.
I love Margaritaville, but like there's a time and a place.
Right. Yes, you're so spot on. So for like this one in particular, it's like a little bit more modern in style. So that photo in the bottom middle is like a sunshade, but it's more modern in style. So it doesn't look, it's doing what an umbrella would do, but it's got that sleeker
it's definitely not the shape of a typical umbrella.
Or a sunset or retractable awning.
Yes. And in the bottom right is like a fun take. We've seen Adirondack chairs for years and they're still very relevant. But here's like a fun, more modern take on it where it's got curved corners. So it feels like a little bit modernized, a little bit more.
It's sleek. It's got like, it feels a little bit more like a Mad Men-esque chair, but like in the form of a Adirondack.
Yes.
I have trouble with that word, but it's like it merged some styles.
Yeah. There's something about the classic style that would feel appropriate for that first trend interpretation. Or if you're going with more of a like classic true Americana vibe, but there's some interpretations out there that you can get. The like Adirondack chairs will last you.
We got ours
forever.
for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And they're still like, we leave them outside, so they get a little gross over the winter, but when you wipe them down, they look brand new.
Yeah. You can just power wash them, hose them down.
We power wash them usually and then wipe them down. And they're like, they look brand new.
Yeah.
They really hold up.
Yeah. So if you're wanting to make that type of investment, like buy once, cry once kind of mentality, that this is a great option. And if you don't love that style, there's interpretations that are coming along that might fit your style.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. And then kind of going into the hosting, entertaining, the two photos on the left are like pool toys. So that first one is kind of like a floating game table. They make floating coolers. So again, like if you're fortunate to live on some sort of coastal area, or if you have a pool, this is a great trend or aesthetic for you. They make really fun pool floats too. Like there's a number of companies now that make really fun. So you don't have that like basic rectangle or inner tube. I think is it Fun Boy that makes
they have a lot of really fun ones.
Fun. And
cool.
Like we got a girlfriend a swan.
Yeah. They have so many really
giant
fun ones
diamond ring for like a bachelorette party. One that looks like a little car almost. So really fun way to add a little personality back there too.
Neat.
Mm-hmm.
These starfishes look super
cool. Yeah. And they're in new and different materials too. So it's not like that plastic that either gets like so scorching hot or like it's not a good sensation on the skin either. So they've come a long ways, and they've got some weight to them too. So you don't have to worry about them like blowing away, flowing, trying to fetch them from the neighbor's yard. They'll stay put. The other thing I didn't get a photo of, but they make, they're really inexpensive. Like it essentially looks like a balloon that floats on the water.
Oh,
so it's like an inflatable orb.
Yes, those are very cool.
Like clear beach ball almost.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit thinner. And you can get it in like fun iridescent finishes, or some even have lights in them. So maybe you're having people over at night, you're not swimming, but you can have them kind of like floating around in the pool, and inexpensive. And it's just like a fun little special touch to the space.
More ambiance.
Yeah.
We need it.
Yeah. We're all about the ambiance. Mm-hmm. So for a few more like entertaining ideas, I saw another content creator I follow. She did a saltwater supper themed dinner party in her backyard. And so it was like a very seafood inspired menu. Okay. So fun opportunity to maybe go to the fish market, try something new, explore recipes, especially as it's grilling season. Some great ways to maybe expand your palate there. I'm personally a big fan of caviar, whether my budget allows it or not. But that's another kind of viral thing that's had a resurgence. So you could do like caviar pairings, like people are doing it on McDonald's chicken nuggets or classic bellinis. Or I don't know if you've seen the caviar bumps where you put a little dollop right on your hand. I can't remember who had it, but I mentioned with our friends Kendall and why am I blanking on her name? Lindsay, yes. They were talking about their martini. I saw a dirty martini where they had like caviar stuffed olives, and
I didn't see that one.
That's all I've been thinking about. So I'm gonna have to do this. But so like fun, like seafood inspired menu things you can do. Scott, if you'll go back to my previous slide, another kind of viral thing is doing like crab boils or crawfish boils or seafood boils. Like those are a fun way to feed a big crowd. The photo in the middle, they've like covered it with newspaper. They've got like paired with like ice cold beer. They've got lemons. It's just, you don't need a lot of dinnerware here. You could just pour it on the table. And again, if you're looking for something fun and different, there's tons of like videos out there too, to give you some tutorials on how to do that.
Yeah.
And recipes. Yeah.
I've had a previous coworker that did those parties like every year. Like this was like 10 years ago. She was like doing these. Things. So like, it's cool. I've never done it, but it sounds like a really fun theme and a good excuse to get people together.
Yes. And you have to be like very involved in it.
I bet.
It's not the most clean or tidy
Yeah.
But it is fun.
Yeah.
The other thing that's been pretty viral for a bit is tinned fish. So you think tinned fish, you think of like can of tuna and it's like, bleh, not very exciting. But there's actually some really high quality seafood that's packaged in tins and like packed in oil makes it a little bit more delectable than our chicken of the sea.
Yep.
But the photo on the bottom left is an example of one of those tin fish boards. So they're relatively inexpensive, but you can get anything from, like we talked about, sardines, smoked trout, salmon. You can even find octopus in some places, and it's fun. Similar to like a cheese board, like we've talked with Mara, there's like fun pairings you can do. So it's fun to kind of like mix and match flavor profiles, and it's pretty affordable. There's a really fun brand called Fishwife. Have you heard of Fishwife before? Yeah. So they were on, I think Shark Tank is where they first kind of cut their teeth, but they've been like wildly successful, and the packaging is cute too. So if you're somebody that cares about aesthetics, like that makes for a really fun presentation
Just as well.
Vibe. Yeah, totally.
That's a really good idea too, and that's kind of might be a little less intense than just like dumping all the
boiling a whole bag of
feels
seafood.
A little high end.
Yes, and maybe something you can expose some friends to that maybe haven't experienced it before.
Sure, we'll gross out some friends. With this.
Totally.
Octopus, ew.
Be brave. You can try it. Okay, so moving on to our third trend, and there's two interpretations of this one as well. So for this first one, think kind of pastoral charm. It's rustic. It feels collected with a touch of vintage. Think of like a mix of classic countryside with a little bit more of like a modern distinction. Like it feels a little bit more polished and refined. So for a color palette, think muted greens, warm yellows, oranges, earthy neutrals. For materials, similarly to what we've talked with some of the other ones, a lot of natural materials, natural looking finishes. You can find some like distressed metals. Think of like the classic little metal bistro set. It was like table and two chairs. Like those are kind of making a resurgence. So if you've got a smaller budget, that's a great option that can serve good purpose for you and is relatively inexpensive. For patterns, floral, stripes, gingham, plaids, just like you'd expect. And for entertaining, what's really fun about this one is like the use of food as the decor, which I know we've talked about a time or two. So one of Pinterest Predict's trends for 2025 was surrealism soiree. So it's that fun play on using food as your centerpieces. So the photo in the top left is actually, I think, like kombucha squash, like cut up into wedges, and they've put candles and like floral stems in them.
That's
so
cute.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that's real fun.
Yeah. So there's other like fruits and veg on the table. The photo just below that is like a centerpiece made out of bread.
I'm like, what? I couldn't figure out what that was.
Yeah.
Okay, bread.
So like,
that makes sense now.
Baguettes, other types of like really rustic looking loaves. And some of them they've kind of like hollowed out and put candlesticks in them. So again, really, really inexpensive.
Yeah.
And you can encourage your guests to like
take the centerpiece.
Yeah, take right from it. Because the other thing that's been kind of viral is like, I don't know what to call it other than butter art. So taking whipped butter and doing like fun tiered displays or like a big tower. So it's a little bit more engaging, like take your butter and your fresh bread. And like you forget how like that simple thing of like fresh bread, real butter is so delicious. Maybe throw a little flaky salt out there too if you're feeling fancy. But inexpensive, and I think so many people have gotten away from it. It feels like such a treat.
Yeah.
I think that I have to do this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you should.
Because carbs are life. And it sounds delightful.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Who doesn't enjoy bread and butter? Yes. Okay. So Our next interpretation is more like classic Americana themed. Think flags, stars and stripes, and the classic red, white, and blue color palette, but with a bit of a fun twist, incorporating more color. So I'm blending the casual charm of a backyard picnic with a touch of nostalgia. So color palette, as you would expect, is classic red, white, and blue with some pops of bold colors to make it a little bit more playful. So this is like a great one to keep in mind as we get closer to Memorial Day or for
the patriotic holidays that are coming.
Yeah. So you think of like, I don't know. I think back to where like this color palette has been done before and it feels really cheesy. Where this is like, it's a little less literal, a little bit more playful.
Yeah.
So you can get in on your like patriotic spirit without being a little too, I don't know, cheesy either.
Because we've all seen the flag.
Yes.
And the flag's great.
Yes.
But,
let's shake it up a little bit.
We have fun with the colors.
Modernize it. Yes. So think similarly here to the last one, stripes, gingham, plaid. But you'll see in some of the photos, there's like wiggly and squiggly stripes in there. A little bit of tie-dye that's really fun. And as far as materials for this, we've talked about it a little bit, but recycled poly or powder coated metals like have infused like fun color and like shapes and designs, but in a way that's going to last you a really, really long time. It's really, really durable. So for entertaining hosting ideas, I thought this photo in the middle was so fun.
I love that. They
took a star stencil and essentially spray painted stars in the yard.
What that is. Okay.
Yeah.
That is so fun.
Isn't that fun? Yeah. And then like I have a couple mows and then it's gone and it's not a permanent thing, a really inexpensive.
That's really cute.
Inexpensive thing to do, but to get in on the spirit a little bit. And there's a couple more and like more playful interpretations of using food as decor in this one. So in like the top right, they've got it just in decorative bowls and you can see more of those like modern rechargeable lamps. This is in more of like a lantern style. But really fun theme to do a fun picnic. Same with the other one, like a picnic would feel really appropriate, whether it's in your backyard or the park, or you're walking in a public park area or nature preserve. Great fun thing to do with a small group or a big group. The other thing that I think we're going to see more of is that classic Martha Stewart, Ina Garten flag cake with the fruit, where they use strawberries and blueberries and either whipped topping or frosting to make the classic flag cake. And I didn't go over it in the last photo, but you could even apply this here. That like I'd seen photos where they're repurposing like a potting bench as either like if you've got like the bin in it where you'd be like put your soil to repot or replant, converting it as kind of like a drink cooler and a place to kind of, because, we don't always have like outdoor serving tables where you can put all the food, or maybe it doesn't fit on the table, but repurposing maybe something like your potting bench to serve as like a server of sorts, like you would do in a traditional dining room.
Good idea.
So, yeah. So lots of fun, potential trends to explore. And what's fun about the outdoor spaces, it's like temporary. You don't have to commit. Right. It's fun to play and explore, try different styles and aesthetics that you maybe wouldn't want to do on the inside. And I think there's so many more fun, affordable ways to pull it off too, repurposing things you've got, or buying a little bit of new mixed with some old, like tons you can do with mixing and matching here. So that's my hope for everyone, is they throw some sort of fun little dinner, get together, gathering, cocktail hour in your space with your friends, family, or even if you're just needing a little solo time to recharge, you should find some opportunities to kind of romanticize some opportunities like this. So yeah, that's what I got for you today.
Well, thanks, Hilary. This was super awesome. I took my note about the bread sculptures and butter as well. So I'm set.
Yeah.
Thanks for this episode. Your solar light shined really bright
my God.
for us on this episode. I want to thank Becca. I want to thank our producers, Scott and Anne, and thank you listeners for liking and subscribing wherever you listen. Don't forget to send us your questions. We tackle all things home, from design to products and beyond. You can send us those questions at nfm.com/podcast. Okay, bye for now. But remember, home is what you make it.
Thanks for joining us today for I Am Home with Tyler Weisskopf, Hilary Waltemath, and Becca Sudbeck. No one knows home quite like NFM. So if you'd like more information on home design at NFM, please check out nfm.com and leave us a review on the podcast platform of your choice.